We got the diagnosis. I heard the diagnosis, and then I remember just feeling tingles all over my body. It was like a rug had been pulled from underneath me.
Did you know what frontotemporal dementia was?
I had heard about it.
Yeah.
I had heard about it. My mother's friend had frontotemporal dementia, so I remembered it in my teenage years, and I remember it sounding horrific. And throughout the years, I had heard about different forms of dementia, and FTD always sort of kind of came up. And I remember a neurologist saying, but yeah, boy, that's the one you don't want. You don't want that one. I was not prepared for that FTD diagnosis. And yeah, I just remember seeing the doctor's mouth move. I still can't believe it. So yeah, that day came, he gave us the diagnosis, and, we walked out of there with no direction, no treatment, no hope, just a pamphlet and a check back in a couple months.
He's faced explosions, villains, and impossible odds on screen, but Bruce Willis is now in a fight no stunt double can save him from. And the way Emma Heming stands beside him will change how you see love forever. But the truth is, this battle began long before anyone knew it was happening. Before he became an action hero, Bruce Willis was a kid in New Jersey working odd jobs and fighting to overcome a stutter. Acting gave him a voice, and that voice would soon change Hollywood. In 1985, moonlighting made him a household name. 3 years later, Die Hard turned him into the ultimate everyman hero. And here's the thing, his biggest break almost didn't happen. Other actors passed on the role, and studios doubted he could carry a blockbuster. He proved them wrong. That resilience? He'd need it again, but for something no script could prepare him for. In 2007, Bruce met Emma Heming, a woman who wasn't blinded by the spotlight. She saw the man, not the celebrity. Her calm, grounded presence anchored him. By 2009, they were married in Turks and Caicos, and their blended family, Bruce's 3 daughters with Demi Moore, plus Mabel and Evelyn with Emma, became his pride. For years, life felt solid and balanced, until small, almost invisible cracks began to appear. It started with pauses mid-sentence, a word that wouldn't come, a thought that slipped away. At first, it seemed like stress or fatigue, but as the months passed, the signs didn't fade. They grew. In March 2022, the family went public. Bruce had aphasia, a condition affecting communication. Less than a year later, in February 2023, they confirmed the diagnosis was frontotemporal dementia, FTD. And to understand how life changed for them, you have to understand what FTD really is. Frontotemporal dementia doesn't usually start with memory loss. Instead, it can change personality, speech, and behavior, often striking people in midlife. It's rare, it's often misdiagnosed, and it has no cure. For Bruce, it meant stepping away from the career that had defined him for nearly 40 years. But stepping away from acting was only the beginning of what this disease would take. Emma remembers sitting in the doctor's office, hearing the diagnosis. I just remember hearing it, and then not hearing anything else. It was like I was free falling. That was the moment her role shifted completely. From wife and partner to full-time caregiver, responsible for protecting Bruce not just from the illness, but from the world that once celebrated him. And stepping into that role would be the hardest thing she'd ever done. Emma's days became a mix of doctor visits, care planning, and making their home safer and more comfortable. She has called it the hardest role I've ever had. But here's what keeps her going. Even as the disease progresses, there are moments when Bruce is still Bruce. A shared laugh, a squeeze of the hand, a look that says, I'm still here. Those moments became the fuel to face the next day.
Were there days that it would be Bruce again?
Yeah, I mean, we still get those days. Not days, but we get moments. It's his laugh, right? Like, he has such a hearty laugh. And, sometimes you'll see that twinkle in his eye or that smirk. And, I just get transported. And it's just hard to see that. Because as quickly as those moments appear, then it goes. So it's hard. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that my husband is still very much here.
What's happening in the Willis home mirrors what millions of caregivers face every day. The emotional exhaustion, the financial pressure, the isolation. This is why Emma speaks out now, not for sympathy, but to make sure other caregivers know they're not invisible. Her words are simple. You're not alone, even if it feels like it. And in that, she's turned her family's battle into a message of solidarity. In her Diane Sawyer interview, Emma was asked to finish the sentence.
Can you finish the sentence? Love is
grabbing a tissue. Love is beautiful. It's grand. It's unconditional.
I will try to fix you.
It's not Hollywood love. It's not the scripted kind. It's the love that shows up every single day through the hardest seasons, without expectation of applause. And that's the kind of love that doesn't just survive, it deepens.
There's so many beautiful things happening in our lives. It's just really important for me to look up from the grief and the sadness so that I can see what is happening around us. And, Bruce would really want us to be in the joy of what is. He would really want that for me and our family.
Bruce's acting career may be over, but his mark on film history is permanent. From The Sixth Sense to Armageddon, he gave audiences characters they'll remember forever. But his most important legacy may not be on film at all. It's in the unity of his family, standing together in the face of something they can't change. And that unity is the quiet victory in a fight they know they can't win. Bruce Willis's final battle may be unwinnable, but with Emma Heming's unbreakable love, he's never facing it alone. And for the millions of families watching, living a version of this same story, it's proof that even when everything else is uncertain, love can still be the strongest thing in the room.
what you'd most like to ask him.
Just how he's doing. If he's okay. If he feels okay. If there's anything that we could do to support him better. I would really love to know that. If he's scared. If he's ever worried. You know, I just like... I just would love to be able to just to have a conversation with him.